was pulling cards today and writing my journal last night after a hot girl walk, and I had this message come through and I felt the need to share it. I have been in deeper connection with spirit lately, and I've been having this awakening that kind of, the gist of it is like spirituality. I started out in like a very kind of woo-woo way, and I'm coming into a place of being a lot more grounded in my spirituality and a lot more connected with the world that we live in. So like the principle of 1 foot in the spirit realm in spirituality, one barefoot in the dirt, and then the other in, for me it's my work boots, but whatever shoe you're wearing when you put them on and head out the door for the day, and just having that balance so as not to get too far into one or the other, because I believe that we are meant to fall in love with and also appreciate and accept the world that we live in, rather than alienate it and distance ourselves from it and desire to be disconnected from it. But the message that's coming through is you are being rewarded by the universe in a very real way. It could be money, it could be new opportunities, it could be finally finding the perfect place for you, and it's because you have been listening to your intuition. You have matured into your emotional intelligence, and you have the ability to just listen to your wisdom inside rather than second guessing it, because you've gained this wisdom by experiencing hardship, and so the universe is like, congratulations, like we're so proud of you. Spirit is like, your spirit team is like, frig yeah, buddy, like we're so proud of you, you know, like we never expect anything of you but to witness you in this life, attaining the wisdom rather than remaining in a victim mentality you're being rewarded. So congratulations. This message was for me, but it also felt like it was for the collective. And I know a lot of us are experiencing things in the same time. And, you know, it's one of those things that as you kind of walk down the path for a while, at first you're like, holy crap, that's so cool, it's so amazing. Like, that's so crazy that we're going through the same thing right now. And the wisdom that I'm getting is able to bounce off the wisdom that you're getting, and we're able to flow with each other. And now it's like, oh yeah, I knew I felt a draw to call you, talk to you, hang out with you, and like, wow, look at the pieces all coming together and all connecting. So the universe is like, in this moment, just like I wrote this down, you're being rewarded for your hard work with a divine offering from the universe. In this present moment, you are backed by your wisdom, and the universe wants to provide you with a blessing. So be open, receptive, and express gratitude for what is here now. Enjoy this moment of revelation and empowerment. Soak in the wisdom, and like give yourself, like, be like, yeah, like I did grow, like that wisdom did grow within me. And just like, and be grateful for that. You're moving in a direction that's aligned to the involvement of this growth and wisdom. So this is a part of being in alignment, like being in the spiritual path. So we talk a lot about being in alignment. So being in head and heart alignment, and being in alignment with your truth, being in line with your power and all these things. And the part of like walking in the spirit realm, walking in the world that we live in, planet Earth as it is right now. And So you're moving in the direction that's aligned to the involvement of this growth and wisdom. As we know, we are never done healing. We are never done growing. And that's why Spirit is saying to enjoy this moment, revel in this moment, have gratitude for this moment, because the path that you're moving towards is the next level. So you will face more challenges. The challenges that are ahead of you, you'll be more prepared for, but they will trigger that wound in a way that's a lot easier to address, assess, reflect, and act in a place of empowerment. So what Spirit wants you to know, wants me to know, wants us to know, is that when things come up that don't feel so good, get into your journal, get into yourself, get into your heart, and work through it, because you're going to be surprised how quickly you can turn it over. It's not going to keep you up at night like it used to. Maybe it will for one night, maybe it will for half a night, but you have this deeper access to this wisdom. And when these triggers arise, you might be a little bit afraid. Be like, oh, I thought I worked through this. I really felt like I worked through this, and but now all of a sudden, this person, this event, this thing is happening, and it's triggering this, and I want to just fight. I want to go in with I want to go down in a blazing glory right now, and Spirit is saying, whoa, you don't have to be oppressing yourself or silencing yourself. We're past that. But we also don't need to be barking and biting at everything, because sometimes God or Spirit is like, hold back. I know you're feeling this right now, but wait and see. Don't jump in quite yet. So in those moments, that's when that inner turmoil is going to start coming up. But what you're going to notice is if you face those adversities and those situations with your light, and you actually, I'm putting my hands out, because what you're going to do is when you meet new people, when you enter new circumstances, you're not going to trust right away, because you have that wisdom. You are trusting your intuition now. And so this is where this message is coming from. And I can move into what I wrote yesterday. I labeled it paradox. People who are suspicious of kindness, light, and radiance don't understand kindness and believe there's a hidden motive. Those same people will use charm and grandiose gestures with a hidden motive. They will be suspicious of you when you should be the one who's suspicious. Sometimes weeding those people out can be difficult because we don't have hidden motives. And often, and even when they think we have hidden motives, they also see our authenticity as a threat and treat it as a weakness. Some people get a lot of satisfaction from hurting light people. Seeing our light dim is a reward to their games. Always look for the hidden motive in charming people. Don't ignore the off vibes, red flags, and do not trust those people with your sacred heart or energy. Don't react, don't engage, don't get caught in their web of deceit. You're wiser than that now, and trust that. So I just want to go back to, this isn't about having trust issues in everybody and being like, what's your deal? I don't trust you. You're too nice. Because people might think that about us, and that's why it's a paradox, right? But the thing that's different about people like us in this collective are that we don't go into things with a hidden motive. So we actually have to work this muscle and work this skill within ourselves when it comes so naturally to people who have hidden motives. And that's why they play the game really well, and oftentimes that's why they get into positions of power, and they're kind of the ones running the show, because it comes naturally to them. And it's the universe is arming us like I think of it as like we're warriors and we're getting taught how to fight in battle. And we're in this training camp and we're peaceful beings and we don't want to fight, but we have to, we are humble servants of God, and God is, this is what God is asking of us. So we have to learn, we have to work that muscle. So this is the paradox of when people have hidden motives, you need to, or just new people in your life in general, we sometimes might think that their kindness is genuine, but we know there is the little off vibes. There's the little red flags, and this is that wisdom that we've gained. This is that maturity into the trust that we have in the feeling that we get. So just pay really, really, really close attention to that feeling. And when those thoughts get in the way of like, no, but they seem like a really nice person, know that that is, it's weeding out, but it's still there. So just be, that's why I'm saying take your time to respond and get yourself into a place of like neutrality before you respond to people, and just go really slow with all your relations, especially new ones. And this isn't meant to be an energy of suspicion, but more so an energy of protection of yourself, protecting yourself in your relations. New people coming in, be very wary of super charming, charismatic. Listen to that intuition. If you're about to say something and you hear, don't say that. Don't say it. Don't say it. I know it's tempting, but don't. Just hold back. Just don't say it. Don't share things about yourself to many people. And another message I got recently is, of course, this isn't going to resonate for everybody. And might ruffle some feathers or feel, like, again, oppressive. It's not meant to be oppressive of, like, your identity and self-expression. But during this, like, kind of spiritual training camp, the rules are that you can't wear jewelry, you can't wear your clothes. Like, you're going to wear a fucking, like, a gi that's, like, the same color as everybody else, and you're going to blend in. And this is a message for some people, is like, blend in a little bit right now. Don't have things that are giving away things about you that they could use against you. And this does, I know how this sounds, so take this if it resonates, but I had a message recently to take off my crystals. I was always wearing crystals and stuff, and I had a message to take off my crystal for this course that I was doing, this first day course. It's 2 weeks long, and when I get into the course on day one, it smelled like Palo Santos in there, and I was like, nice. like yeah. And then I sit down, and on the first day he introduces himself, the instructor, and right now I'm working on this, what I'm speaking about, like being the observer, not talking as much as listening, and noticing the subtleties of like people's energies, people's motives, and not telling on yourself as like someone who's like authentic and genuine, because that can sometimes become a target to those people. And then just like holding your tongue, sometimes listening to spirit when they say, no, don't say that, or do say that. And he said, yeah, the people next door, they do magic, hocus pocus stuff. And in that moment I was like, wow, that did not trigger me at all. And it's interesting that this morning I was called by spirit to take off my gems, take off my crystals, because that would have been a dead giveaway that I'm like a magical bitch. You know what I mean? And that's, when I'm saying that, I'm like, like we shouldn't have to conceal our magic. But the thing is crystals and cards and all these things are tools, but ultimately our spirit, our essence, our connection to the divine, and ourselves, we are the greatest tool of our spiritual growth. And there's nothing in this time, blending for some of us is going to be what is called of us, and being in that one step in the reality and one step in our spirit, and then, you know, noticing those triggers. Like for me in that moment, that didn't trigger me at all. And I was like, I thought that would be like maybe offensive to me, but it wasn't, because I knew, spirit knew, my soul knew that it was like part of this learning of this wisdom. And yeah, that's the message. That's the message for today. I don't think there's anything else that I needed to say. I just want to pull one more card for this 9 of Swords in reverse that I have, because this is like that, it's not keeping you up at night, but it's not feeling amazing, but it is still in alignment with this next level of evolvement. And as we know, evolvement doesn't feel amazing sometimes. A lot of the times you have to go dark or deep into a shadow and have a revelation, and that's where we're at right now. It's like coming out, and we're like, oh, this revelation is so profound. So yeah, you're not, when people do things that make us feel disrespected, we're in a time now in our lives where, like, yeah, it might be like, oh, that hurt. Like, and for a moment you might doubt yourself. But like there's this, like, this wisdom again that, like, the way people view you, the respect that you get from others, it's starting to not define you anymore, because you've transmuted that. Like, you haven't been surrounded consistently by people who doubt you like you were in your childhood. So now you're actually like, okay, this is a familiar feeling, but it's not my comfortable feeling anymore. Like, this used to be my comfort level, and that's why I attracted these certain relationships into my life. But now, when the inevitability of humans, I'm bumping into people who, like, make these comments or devalue what I do, or just don't even realize, or so unconscious to, like, how their biases and beliefs are, like, so, like, I'm scared, like, roll your eyes. It's like water off a duck's back. So it's like, you know that, like, yeah, you still have those doubts. Sometimes they creep in. You're human. You have, like, wounds from rejection and abandonment. But those wounds are, like, very nurtured. And they have been being nurtured for the last, like, for a while now, where that, like, that feeling creeps in and you're like, whoa, this feeling is familiar and it doesn't feel good. But it's not my normal anymore. Like, it's like, you're like, yeah, no. Like, I'm not gonna put up with this, because this is not my normal. Like, it's like if you've slowly been turning the dial up on your heater thermostat, and it's slowly gotten to that temperature, because it was always so cold and you didn't really like it, but you were like, well, this is just the temperature that it always is. But you've been working and you've been slowly turning it up to that temperature that's, like, good, that like that homeostasis that you've created for yourself in your healing. And when that thermostat starts to go down, you're like, huh, this feels familiar, but, like, I'm not gonna throw on a sweater. Like, I'm gonna put it back to my homeostasis. And yeah, you have the power to do that. And yeah, this empowerment is coming from moving away from what doesn't feel good anymore. It never felt good, but it's not comfortable. So you're like, okay, yeah, I see what this is. What your opinion of me, your reflection of me, whatever you got going on there, is not me, and it doesn't allow doubt to creep into me anymore, and it doesn't make me lose sleep at night anymore. It just makes me realize that I need to keep a safe distance from you and not reveal anything to you, and also not let you see me sweat, and also not let you have any reaction from me whatsoever. And yeah, and it's because like God, Spirit has got your back, and you're listening to that now. Spirit has your back. You're like weeding out the bad eggs, and you have an air of mystery about you now. And yeah, you just have like a deep, profound connection with God. And you know now that you speak your truth when you need to, and you bite your tongue when you need to, because you are in humble service of the divine, and you are training for something so much greater. And yeah, that is our message for today. Don't react, don't engage, don't get caught in the web of deceit. You're wiser than that now, so trust that.